my faithful and loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Tuesday. It is October the 9th, and I am back in the Atlanta area. Glad to be home. Okay, so last Wednesday I left on a road trip to Gary, Indiana, Battle Creek, Michigan, and Decatur, Michigan, where I was going to my cousin. On my aunt Darlene's oldest son passed away. He was 41. He died from liver failure. He had been having some issues for a little while, and they determined that it was cirrhosis of the liver, and he was not able to get a liver transplant. He passed away this last week. So I got my truck and headed north. I had been to Gary, Indiana in over a decade, since my grandmother passed away. I think she passed away maybe 2008, 2009. And even when I went to Gary then, we just kind of passed through. But this time, it was in the middle of winter. But this time I was able to stop, drive around, really get a close look at Gary. And let me tell you, first off, let me just state that this was probably one of the most depressing road trips I've gone on in years. And ever. Only because I was going to this funeral for my cousin, Joe. And I remember Joe and I, as children, we got along fairly well. We had no issues. We would spend our entire summers in Decatur, Michigan. All my cousins from all my mothers and my uncles and aunts on my mother's side of the family. So imagine spending a summer there in Decatur, Michigan. There's some good memories and then there's some bad memories. A bunch of kids in Decatur, Michigan. It was just... The shocking part was going back to that house. And remember spending all of us being crammed into that house. And I used to think the house was much so big. Now walking there this time around, I'm like, wow, this house is very small. And I'm looking outside the house like, wow, how did all of us fit in that house? Uncles, aunts, cousins, and, for holidays, Christmas, all kinds of stuff. It was like, wow, we would all fit inside there and eat and sit at the dining room table. I'm like, well, this is amazing. How did we have so much, but I guess black people found a way to do certain things. So it's kind of depressing going back to Gary. It was extremely depressing, because I guess, I might say, I may say some things about Atlanta, the environment here in Atlanta, but overall, Atlanta is not a bad city when it goes that phone thing. And I don't know why I turned this mess off on my computer, because I don't even know how to... Apple put something on this computer where your cell phone is attached to this computer, and I have turned this thing off and turned it off and turned it... I'm going to have to find out some way to remove this off, because it wasn't on it before. So that's what that dinging is. I don't know how to turn it off. I've been trying to take it off the computer. It needs to be removed, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to remove that application, that app, off this computer, because it's messing up. It's like every time these videos start, I get a notification or something. Like every time I start it. So anyway, forgive me for that. I have to figure out how to get that fixed. But anyway, what was I saying? So Decatur, I say something about Atlanta because I've been in Atlanta for 30 years. But to go back north and see Gary and Decatur and certain parts of Indiana and Michigan. Now, don't get me wrong, certain parts of Michigan and Indiana were beautiful when them white folks was living. You get to where them black folks live in Gary, and it just looked like a war zone. It was just bad. It was just nothing there. Nothing about, and I didn't get a chance to make it to Chicago. Lord, I was trying my best to get over to Chicago, but I was dealing with my family members. That's a whole nother video. So I was not able to get free and go over there. I wanted to so badly, but it just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't going to happen. I got so close to Chicago. I was 2 hours away, and I was trying my best to get over there. I was making all kinds of plans, trying to order a hotel and everything. That did not happen. So anyway, I'm back in Atlanta. I'm like, maybe next time I'll fly up to Chicago. I haven't been in Chicago in over 20 years. But I can say, like I said, Atlanta has its negatives. And it has its positives because you have a city here where you have restaurants and retails and stores, and there's a lot to do. And overall, the city doesn't look abandoned like Gary, Indiana. Gary is like a damn ghost town, like something out of a horror movie. It was bad. It was fairly bad. And to see my family members who are there, most of my uncles and aunts are older now, and just was sad. I mean, I really wish I could do something to help them. I mean, it's not that they need my help, and I just wish the situation could be different. But it just isn't. You know, the aging process takes its toll. It's funny because I went to go see my uncle, my father's brother, and him and his wife, they've been together close to 50 years. And his home was immaculate and beautiful, well-maintained on a street of vacant houses, and it looked like a war zone. It was like his house is that one bright spot with flowers outside the house. It was just beautiful, and I was like, it could be something out of a book or something, out of a magazine, and well maintained and clean and just immaculate. And he was coming back from dialysis. I had waited around most of the day to see him, which I'm so glad I did see him. He was in good spirits. Him and his wife, and I saw my cousin. That was the one bright spot of the trip, seeing my uncle Rady. It's so funny. The aging process, you know, it was like when I was a little kid, Uncle Rady was one of these big guys. I would be real afraid of him. I was afraid of all my uncles, too. JC, Rady, my father, they were all fairly big guys. And so as they aged, you know, it just takes its toll. One day I won't be such a big guy either. So we just have to, and I'll be sitting in somebody's wheelchair too, talking about somebody give my teeth so I can eat some of this watermelon over here. Oh, I don't eat my teeth from that watermelon. Hand me that watermelon. That day is coming. That day is coming. So, if I live to see it, you know, I think my uncle is somewhere in the 70s. He's definitely in the 70s. If not close to 80. So a lot of kids, a lot of kids, a lot of kids. Where the hell these kids come from? Y'all some fertile people. A lot of kids. That's a whole other video. When I was driving back to Atlanta, though, it's interesting because, like I said, you're in Atlanta, you go to restaurants, you go to stores, you see a lot of black folks, white folks, you see a mixture of people, Hispanics. On this road trip, everywhere I got off on that highway, I actually started in North Georgia all the way through. I didn't see any black folks. I jumped off in North Georgia and on my way out of Georgia, on my way leaving Georgia, going to Michigan. I stopped at a Chick-fil-A restaurant, and I swear to you, I was the only nigga in there. They were looking at me like I was a Martian up in that damn place. They're like, God damn, who is that? I mean, I walked into the Chick-fil-A restaurant. It was lunchtime. It was packed. And I parked and I said to use the bathroom. So I literally walked into the restaurant, and the restaurant got quiet, like a hush came over the room. I kind of looked up, you know, I'm so used to seeing this type of stuff. So at first I'm a big black guy, but then on top of that, I'm big and black, and they like, So anyway, I walked in, went to the bathroom, came back, ordered my food, and the people behind the counter were just like gawking. They all had, even people behind the counter making the food, they making the food loud, like, oh. I was laughing because this dude was funny. I swear, if I could have a video camera to show you the expression in white folks' face in that restaurant at Chick-fil-A. Although they were very friendly and stuff, the lady at the front was just teasing me. She's like, "No, we don't see big guys like you around here. What are you, NFL football player?" No. I'm telling you, man, I'm 48 years of age. I don't play football. She's like, "Oh, really? Wow, my husband's the same age as you." They just going on and on. So when I was leaving out the restaurant, once again, quiet. They gave my food. I'm walking out. Just quiet. It was just quiet. So when I got to the door, I just turned back and looked, and every white person in that restaurant, which was sitting at tables behind the counters, they were all like, they couldn't take their eyes off me. And I'm thinking, I know they didn't see some black folks in this part. I'm only in North Georgia. They literally watched me walk across that parking lot and get in that truck and drive off. Honey, you won't believe what I just saw. Weird, but hey, I don't think they were being racist. I just think they probably were just amused by my size. I had a little t-shirt on. I was up in there. I was trying to get down. I was comfortable driving down the highway. But as I was doing my road trip, and I jumped off the highway in a couple places. You know, I take that blood pressure medicine. That shit make you gotta pee. I had to drop off in Tennessee, Kentucky, a couple places. I would drop off and get some Starbucks and stuff like that. More kind of make you pee some more. So I was doing, that was a pissy road trip. I was peeing all up and down that damn highway. I should do like my grandfather used to have on them, my uncles used to have one of them things you pee in when you drive. Y'all use this thing to pee. We have to pee in a little thing. So we had to get off the highway so much because that kind of slowed me down a little bit. All them the pee stops, as I call them. I could stop and pee and do a little Facebook and see what's going on Facebook. So like I said, everywhere I stopped, I didn't see the black face nowhere. And I mean, I stopped in Louisville, Kentucky, somewhere in Tennessee. I stopped at a rest area in Tennessee, up in the mountains. It was beautiful. White folks out there grilling food at the rest areas. I mean, it was more of that rest area. There's a rest area in Tennessee overlooking the mountains. It was beautiful view, and they were just out there having a good old time. They saw me, Mommy, look, a black man. I ran in, peed, brought my ass back out. They over there grilling the dogs, walking, taking pictures. When I was driving by, some people with some part of the rest. This is a rest area over there fishing and stuff. But it's kind of, I guess, like could be considered a park also because the views were just spectacular of the water, the mountains, and it was just gorgeous and it was well maintained. It was beautiful. So, but it was a rest area. You know, we don't have nothing like that in the black area. You in the rest area, you like to get in there, use the bathroom, get out of there, and pray you don't get shot getting in and out of the rest area. The hell with them damn views, nigga views, as I see it. You know. Yeah, it was quite a road trip. I saw a lot of white folks, and they had questions. You know, white folks be nosy. What do you do in Atlanta? You know, I got to the hotel in Paw Paw, Michigan. There's a city called Paw Paw, Michigan. P-A-W. I stayed there, which is near Decatur. That was the closest hotels there, so I spent about 4 or 5 nights over there in Paw Paw. And Paw Paw, Michigan, at that hotel, where I was the only black person there, other than my few family members that stayed there who had come out. And them white folks was catching my ass at the coffee. You go and get a old cup of coffee. There was coffee served out there. It was a very nice hotel, indoor swimming pool. I thought I didn't get a chance to get in that pool. I thought I was probably a little swimming trunks. Please. Indoor swimming pool, had a workout fitness, and I didn't do any of that stuff. But I wanted to. You know, you sometimes be planning. I was tired of doing my family. I said, go lay down. Lord. The hotel was about 10, 15 minutes away from my grandmother's house, so I was kind of going back and forth between the two. So, then white folks had some questions. What brings you to Paw Paw? Oh, I'm just here for a funeral. Who passed away? It's a small town, you know. Who is it? Oddly enough, when I was in Decatur and I went into a gas station, in Decatur, Michigan, to get me some lottery tickets, honey. So I said, let me go get me some Powerball and Mega Millions up skies and get some tickets over there. And the young lady, she looked at me, she said, this is in Decatur, Michigan. She was a white girl. She was like, you don't look from around these parts. She said, you don't look familiar. What are you here? Who are you? What are you here for? You know, because she said, I grew up in this area. I know everybody here. I said, well, my cousin passed away. She said, your cousin? Who was it? I said, his name was Joe Lewis, black guy. She said, tall black guy? Oh my God, I've seen him around here. So Joe had been there the past few years. She said, oh my gosh, he used to come in here all the time. Little gas station right there by my grandmother's house. So she knew exactly who he was. And she said, so that's the service they're having over there at the church around the corner. She knew everything. She knew everything. Small towns. I always had some good memories of Decatur, Michigan. It's changed a lot now. They even have a strip club in Decatur, Michigan. I was shocked. But one thing I will say about that road trip, I think I said this in the last video I did. In Paw Paw, Michigan, and in Decatur, Michigan, and the surrounding areas, and white folks have built some spectacular homes. They were drop dead. I've seen some gorgeous homes in Atlanta. But them houses I saw in Michigan on the water, there's all these various lakes, Eagle Lakes, Lake of the Woods. I don't know where all these lakes come from out there in Michigan because I've been there since a kid. There's a ton of lakes up there. They have big boats on the lake. It was just amazing. These beautiful homes. I saw this. It said private drive, and it said it was a little subdivision I drove down, and them houses were drop dead gorgeous. I was like, they were in the middle of nowhere in the country, but they were all lakefront homes. They were spectacular. I mean, I was going to take some pictures, but I said, I want these people trying to rob their ass. And they were like, Steve taking pictures in our house. So I just kind of drove through the areas and just kept moving in it. But it was I saw some pretty spectacularly nice homes up there in Michigan. You know, where white folks was at. Over there on the side where them poor niggas was at. No comment. So, it was an interesting road trip. I can honestly say I appreciate some of the stuff that here in Atlanta that I take advantage. Just take advantage of every day, from going to Starbucks or going to Chick-fil-A and seeing people that look like you, or going to a gym. There was a gym in Paw Paw I was going to go to. The girl was like, going around the corner. So I got up that morning, I was going to go right into the gym. And when I got over there, they weren't quite open yet. It was a 24-hour gym, and the people who were running the gym were not there, so I really couldn't get into it. There were a couple people inside the gym, and there was one white chick. She was walking to the door, and she was like, well, you have to have a membership to get in. I said, well, I thought I'm visiting, so I was just going to buy a daily membership. She was so scared. She was so scared. And the other girl was right here and said, well, you can come on in and work out. The other white girl was like, no. He has to have a membership. I said, that's okay. I can wait until they open. But they didn't open till I was there, early in the morning trying to get my little cardio in. I should just went on back over to the hotel and did. I said, now I'm going around in my grandmother's house. So, and my wife was about to admit in that gym working out, they called 911. You know they good for that, honey. There's a nigga in here doing cardio. Come get his black ass. So I was not going in that gym without them folks' permission, because now I've been sitting up in Paw Paw County Jail, wherever that county is out there. I'll be sitting up in Paw Paw County Jail. But it was another interesting thing. Saturday night after the funeral, I went back to the hotel. We were supposed to get together and go out and get something to eat or do something, but everybody was tired after the funeral. So some of my cousins decided they would just come back to the hotel and order some pizza and kind of hang out at the hotel. So I said, well, I'm going to give me something to eat then. So it was about 8 o'clock. So I said, it was a nice restaurant up the street. So I said, it was packed when I drove by it earlier on my way back to the hotel. So I said, I'm going to go up there. I got up to that hotel, it was 8 o'clock. That place was a ghost town. I said, oh, wow, what happened? I was there Saturday and said they closed at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. That place was closed, and not only been closed, but nothing sold to be nowhere to be found. It was like they closed the doors. Locked. Let's go. I'm like, did they even stay and hang around to clean up the place? That's how small Paw Paw was. So I had to drive around Paw Paw and find something to eat. It's 8 o'clock at night. So everything's shuttered. Except for Arby's. I didn't eat no more at Arby's. I said, Lord, right there one more time. With no Chick-fil-A. And there was McDonald's. I didn't want to eat that. So I kept driving around and found a little bar. And Potluck Bar Pasta. They had pasta pizza. It was a bar. So I went inside there, and you all should have saw, and them white folks looked at my black ass in Paw Paw, Michigan, walking up into their bar. They was in there drinking and, playing music at the jukebox. 80s music. I walked up in there. So I walked up to the little girl. She looked like she was nervous. She was like, I said, I just want to place an order for takeout. I'm going back to the hotel. I'm staying around the corner. She said, okay. I said, do you have any recommendations? Now, as I'm talking to the little girl, she could be no more than 16, 17, or 18 years of age, or teenager. She looked young. She looked about 14 or 15. Now, she had a family-owned business. We heard her discussing, I said, what do you like on the menu? And she's pointing out the stuff on the menu. I could see waitresses walking by in the background. They're just literally stopping and staring. They could even, what's going on? Is you going to rob the place? Now, they literally stopping and staring at me. She's discussing the food. I ended up ordering some risotto, chicken. I wanted the pasta, but she kept saying risotto was so good, and it was delicious. She said, my father, he's an Italian, whatever. This is his specialty. And I actually met the guy. He came out because he wanted to see, what did you order? And I said, I ordered risotto. She said, oh, you're going to love it. And it was very good. When I got back to the hotel, I ate all that. Was the best. That was some good damn risotto. I love risotto. I was looking at damn bowl. I said, this is delicious. I should order another one of them damn things. They were literally, they closed as soon as I walked out that door. Locked up. So I was waiting on risotto. I had a drink, sitting at the bar, watching TV, some game on TV or something. Yeah, Paw Paw, Michigan. Anyway, I'm glad to be back in Atlanta. I got a lot of shit to do here, mainly get my ass to this damn gym, because I ain't worked out in a week, so I'm ready to go to the gym. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. I gotta do some laundry first. I got a shitload of dirty clothes back there. We have to throw in this washing machine. I need to go by the dry cleaning and drop some of this stuff off. But, I am going to do a series of videos about my life as a Jehovah's Witness. When I went back north, I visited the Kingdom Hall that I grew up in, and it was still there. And it brought back a hell of a lot of memories, none good. And I did a video about my experience, but it's time I did a series of videos about the Jehovah's Witness religion, because I think the Jehovah's Witness religion it continues to have a profound impact on my life. No matter how much I've tried to get that out of my head, being a Jehovah's Witness, when you grow up as a child in that type of environment, there are some things that stick. And many of you don't know this, but I went to therapy in my early 20s because of trying to move those thoughts out of my head. And I saw a great therapist in my early 20s. And she encouraged me to tackle these issues that I have of being a Jehovah's Witness, and my mother. And me and my mother, at that time, me and my mother battled about that. I mean, seeing a therapist because she didn't think it was a good idea. And now my mother's thought process has changed. She does agree that seeing a therapist. But I saw a therapist, I was about 22, 23, 24. There was a lot of stuff that was going on. But mainly, I needed to process the whole Jehovah's Witness thing, which I hated as a kid. I despised it. And I went back to that Kingdom Hall to confront some demons. And it was still there. Still there. So I drove by there. And I said, I really need to get this. I want to do a series of videos about how the Jehovah's Witness religion, the impact it had on my life, and not just my life, but other people's lives I know who are Jehovah's Witnesses, and how harmful that religion has been to my brothers and sisters and friends, and it's not a good religion. But I'm going to do a series. I don't know if I have time to do that today, but I need to really want to focus. Because I said I was going to do it, and I've been putting it on hold, and now I said I was going to do it with my mother, and then she kind of flaked out of it because she didn't want to say nothing negative about the Jehovah's Witness. So I said, when my mother, she has to be politically correct. She and I will have conversations about Jehovah's Witness. When it comes time for me trying to get her to say something on film, she don't want to do that. So anyway, maybe one day she'll come around. So anyway, today it is Tuesday, October the 9th. I got some shit I need to do. I'm back in the line. I got bills to pay. I got all kinds of stuff to do. I'm going to sit on here and pay some bills. Some of my accounts I have, they don't allow you to do that auto draft. When you have to get once a month, I have to go in there and pay this shit manually. I'm like, oh, these people get on my nerves. It's a shame, though. Some creditors don't have this auto draft shit, so you have to go in there and pay it on there. I remember them dates. God forbid something happens to my ass, because somebody wouldn't even know who to go pay and how. So, I got to do that today. Go ahead and log on to these accounts. It won't take long. Because most of the information is just I'll be done with it. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. Look forward to reading you all's comments. And I'm just curious why white folks, when they see black people, why they stare so much. You would think by now, living in America, that they're used to seeing black folks. Maybe not in person, but it's just odd to me, this trip. I mean, them white folks stared. Even when I was pumping gas, they just gawking and staring. They couldn't even put gas in their car. They were too busy staring at me. I looked at one guy. I caught him. I'm kind of finding it kind of amusing. But you think they by now they'd be used to seeing us? Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, if you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. I'm out of here. Today is Tuesday, October 9th. The year is 2018. I'm out, and enjoy your Tuesday.